Or a new idea, we explore a thought. The idea is that we question everything, because in questioning, we can find answers, we can find expansion, we can find our truth, we can find our way, we can find our path. It's just that simple, is that when we really ask good questions, things happen for us. But if we're not asking questions, not a lot is going to happen. That's something that I've really come to understand. And so I just share that with you. And so basically what I talked about today, and you got the post there, the physical world is something that we perceive. It's just that. It's something we perceive. And you know why I know that? Because everyone perceives it differently. Isn't that interesting? There are no two people on the planet that perceive the world the same. Why is that? Because no two people on the planet come from the same perspective. It's just that simple. Think about this. You were all born with different parents. And if you were born with the same parents, you were at different times, raised in different ways. You had experienced other people in your life at different times, different teachers, different schools, different books. You've experienced everything completely different than any other human being on the planet. No other human being on the planet has had your experience. Do you get that? No other person on the planet is your experience. Therefore, because you've had a unique experience and so have they, you see the world differently. What comes at you, you perceive differently. And so, for example, Beth is out there. Beth sees the world completely different than I do. There's no question about that. Why? Because she came from a different background, different perception. She's not right. She's not wrong. I'm not right. I'm not wrong. We tend to label things as good, bad, right, wrong. And all it is a perception. It's just a perception. But we get attached to these perceptions, don't we? Especially like the day before election here in the United States. We're attached to our perceptions. Here's the question. Can you look at a situation? Can you look at a candidate and see both the yin and the yang about that candidate? Can you see the positives from your perspective and the negatives from your perspective? And can you see that that candidate, no matter who it is or how you're looking at it, there's both. You may have to dig deep, but you'll find that there's both, because there's always both. Because the universe is always in balance. Our lives are always imbalanced. We have bought into the illusion that there can be a one-sided life, that we can be happy all the time. That's an illusion. When I do my prayer work and I do my teaching in that, I don't treat for a one-sided life. I treat for the ability to see life as it is, which is in balance. When I can see life in balance, I'm empowered. I'm no longer addicted to the good, to the bad. Because I realize that there's always balance in the world. Now, not a lot of people are talking about that. Not a lot of people are talking about that. Everyone out there, most religions talk about judgment, good and bad. Really, explore that. There's one infinite power and presence, and they say that that infinite power and presence, which they call God, they've given it that name, which it is undefinable. They say that it judges us. But at the same time, they say it's love. The contradiction there is love and judgment cannot coexist. It's either one or it's the other. See, if God judges, then it's not infinite. Because in order to judge, you have to have more than one. You have to have something to judge against. That's a simple math. And that's one of the things I understand. You can't fool math. Do you get that? You cannot fool math. So if you're saying there's an infinite, it means there's nothing else. There cannot be two infinites. There cannot be a partial infinite. There's either an infinite or there's not. Here's the key thing. If there is an infinite, then you're part of it. And if you're part of it, then the very power that created you is the power you can use to create your life. And how do you create your life? Through what you perceive. Your perceptions are everything in the physical planet. So as you change your perceptions, you change your thoughts, you change your words, you change your actions, you change your feelings, and you create a whole new life. Isn't that magnificent? Hey, if you're out there, check in. Let me know where you're calling from. And for those of you that are part of Agape, know that this coming Sunday, we are doing live in-person services. And we will also be live streaming, but we'll be back in person. If you want to come on Sunday, you got to go to agapecsl.com and register, because we are limiting the number so that we can social distance and all that good stuff. I want you to know that every morning at 7 a.m., I do a guided meditation. You're welcome to join me. Go to agapecsl.com, go to the calendar, and you'll see it. But also tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Central Time, I'm doing a meditation because that's about when the polls start to close. And I really think it would be important if we all got together and we meditated together so that we could see the truth, that we could know the truth. And the truth is that there is peace on the world right now. And we don't need to get wrapped up in these election results. Know that the divine right action will take place. And whatever it is, we will adjust. We always do, because there's always balance, whether you want to believe it or not. David, good to see you at Latex Soma. Hey, David, have you made your reservation for Agape next Sunday? Got to go to Agape CSL. You can't just pop in, dude. Anyway, I'm done for the day. Realize it's your perceptions. Think about everything you see, everything you feel. Realize it's coming from you. It's not coming from the other person. They may do something, but how you perceive it is how you receive it. Until tomorrow, you have a great day. And if no one tells you this today, I accept you and love you as you are. Why? Because you're perfect. Aloha.